Well, hello, this is Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and we are finally here for our next to last week in the year, and we're still speaking about the acronym SPECIAL, and today we're speaking about accounts. Yes, our finances. Now, honestly, that's one of the reasons that this is so late. I've been trying to find a way to present to you accounts and how you handle your finances in the coming year in a way that I felt was honest coming from me because I've always had the struggle with money. And what I have for you today are not the usual things that you hear, like having an emergency fund and living below your means and making a budget, but I have 8 novel questions that you really do need to consider when you're deciding how to handle your finances. And so let's dive in. The first one is, what is your relationship with money? We don't think of having a relationship with money because money is not a human being, but we all have a relationship with money. Either you see money as a tool or you see money as something that you just really don't want to deal with or want to know about. You see it as a necessary evil. You see it as a way to acquire success and prestige. We all have a relationship with money and values surrounding money. So think about this as you're planning your finances going forward. What is your relationship with money? The second question is, what are your non financial goals? We only make financial goals because there are things that we want to achieve that have nothing to do with money. We maybe want an education. We want the education or an advanced degree for a reason that has nothing to do with money, although we do need money to get it. There may be a certain kind of place we want to live in, or a certain kind of city, or a certain kind of neighborhood. Again, not directly a financial goal. It's a non financial goal, but we need finances to accomplish that goal. And that having the finances will help us get there. So think about, what are your non-financial goals? If you had all the money that you could have in the world, what is it that you would have that that money can affect? The next thing is, of course, do you have a fallback plan? Now, that is the one thing that we talk about all the time. What happens if your source of income falls through? Do you have something else? Do you have a side hustle? Do you have something else that you can do? As you all know, I've been through several career transitions over my life, and some of those transitions have been really like walking on rolling logs in a swift stream because I did not have a fallback plan. So I can tell you a fallback plan is a very necessary thing. The other thing is, do you have financial role models or financial mentors? Now, there may be people that you know who you grew up with who did very well financially. There may be people in the public eye that you are watching and listening to. Many of us listen to Warren Buffett, for instance. Who are your financial role models? And who are your financial mentors? And if you don't have financial role models or mentors, think about who you might want them to be, because that is very important. The next thing is to look at your behaviors. What behaviors do you have that might sabotage your financial plans? Are you a person who's an impulsive spender? Are you a person who uh, who just lets money go without really thinking about it? Are you a person who just has to have everything that they see and you don't stop and think about it? Are you a person who gets pushed into buying things that you don't really want or need because of a pushy salesperson? One of the things that I've developed personally is, if I'm shopping and somebody pushes too hard, I leave the establishment because I don't want to be pushed, I don't want to be bothered, and I don't want to be rude. So I just leave. The other thing is your financial goals. What impact will they have on your overall well being? because sometimes we have really ambitious financial goals and we end up working ourselves into ill health. Sometimes we have really ambitious financial goals and we destroy relationships. You've heard me speak about in the past, there's a young woman who's very dear to me, and because I was working very hard at one period in my life when this young woman was a little girl, she felt I didn't like her. And it wasn't that I didn't like her, it was that I loved my job and I wanted to do well. And thankfully, I had the opportunity to scale that back and correct the madness that I was causing, but it could have destroyed totally my relationship with a family member. Also, do you want to leave a legacy behind? And if so, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Are you leaving money to a charity? Are you leaving money to family members? Are you leaving money to someone who's a non-family member but who means a lot to you? You really need to think about what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind. If you have a business, is that business going to continue once you're gone? And if so, how will it continue? Those kinds of things really matter. And then finally, we think about having good finances as having great success. And my question to you is, what is really your definition of success? Your definition of success will define where you're going to do, where you're going to do, what you're going to do, where you're going to go, and how you're going to get there. So you really need to think about what success means to you. Is it about the money? Is it about the prestige? Is it about being comfortable? What does success mean to you when it comes down to your finances? If you consider these 8 questions, they will help you tremendously as you make your financial plans. Now, in a couple of days, it will be Christmas. I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and I ask that you would please hit the like and the subscribe or the heart, and that you would absolutely share. Take care, be well, and thank you so much for listening today.